So this virtual classroom allows the instructor and the learner to communicate, interact, and work together with one another remotely from any location. That is the main advantage of this virtual classrooms. We can use webinars, audio and video conferences, web presentations, live streaming, text chats. For text chats, we can mention even our Telegram app, otherwise WhatsApp, and learning management systems like Google Classroom, Moodle, and so many. And there are some online training courses also happening in this pandemic lockdown situation. The name Virtual Classroom is a registered trademark of the New Jersey Institute of Technology. It was actually initiated by the idea of Starroxen Hills in the year of 1977. It started as a project to bring the university into the homes and the workplace of students through the use of computers. So, the main component of the virtual classrooms are learn what you need, when you need, and where you need. It becomes non-restricting to the learners, as well as it is affordable, and there is a flexible learning and easy accessibility even for the teachers as well as the students. So the scope of virtual classroom is that it is an option for enhancing our education. There is a need of providing easier access to higher education for working adults. New ways are being discovered every day on how to enhance teaching and learning. Due to the development in technical aspects of the teachers, there will be more number of courses available online. Even we can accept that we are attending so many programs related to these ICT tools and the virtual classrooms. The main objective of we have to impart the same to our students. Though we cannot physically present in a classroom, in a traditional classroom, we can share our knowledge with our students using these technologies. So the faculty needs to inspire and motivate students to become engaged in this virtual learning environment. Faculty needs to use more active learning technique. For example, I can say if I am demonstrating a single tool for video editing software, if you are going to Google and search it there, you can find any number of tools related to the video editing software. And if you want to know how to use it, just go to YouTube and give tutorial for that. The advantages and the disadvantages of virtual classroom, again I am saying it is depending on the individual who is actually hosting as well as whom we are going to give. What I can take it as a general thing, location we can say, students are not limited to courses offered in their geographic locality. Even we used to attend some online courses like in Swayam and Neptune. And there is a flexibility in time too. We can participate at any time of the day. And there is more active learning. The computer forces response and attention. Like we are having some due date to submit the assignments. Just to finish the course, it is mandatory for us to finish our assignment and quiz before time. So we can list some problems too. There is a limited offerings. The choice of the courses is limited at present, especially in our country. Then the equipment requirements. A teacher who is actually more knowledgeable as he or she not proficient in technical, as well as if he doesn't have any equipments to procure his knowledge, then it will be a drawback again. Then there are some components for this virtual classroom. It is like a group as well as individual learning activity. Then we can see discussion and the chats with the students, parents, and the guests. Virtual classroom like Edmodo even allows the parents to be a part of the course. So the parent can the parent can monitor the students' progress in their education. Then one of the main components of this virtual classroom is quizzes and surveys, homework activities and assessing documents at any time, full online course with the modules of work, and forums and asynchronous chat sessions to clarify our queries and doubts. So the virtual classroom transcends the boundaries of location, time, and space, providing a flexible learning environment for all. It provides an excellent way for experts to teach a geographically dispersed group of students without any hassle. I will show you two virtual classroom platforms. Most of us are familiar with the Google Classroom now, because in our classroom itself, there are 186 students, participants actually. So this platform is actually Moodle site. Here we are seeing a course. This is actually 1 month certificate course for our students, which we have conducted using both the Moodle and the Google Classrooms. This is just for your sample. Just go through it. So this is my first topic. I have given the material here. And again, this is also some material. And here I am conducting some quiz. In Moodle, we can make them submit even a Word document assignment too, like our Google Classroom. So this is the second topic. These are the materials provided. Here the third topic starts. I have used our own video as well as the video reference from Neptune. The same class we have done in Google Classroom too. The same materials, but the way of presenting is different. If I have to go into this listening skill, for example, here it will be like this. You can see it in a single page, but in Google Classroom, we have to click the link to view the materials. If you have to compare this Google Classroom as well as Moodle, Google Classroom does not demand much technology. It will be like we are using our Gmail account. But this Moodle is a little complicated. If we have to learn this Moodle alone, it will take nearly 1 week, at least 5 days. I will show you. This one is spoken tutorial. You just select Moodle Learning Management System. And you can choose languages. There are some options of languages here. So they have given some videos to learn this Moodle platform. The video nearly goes 20. And there is another site, Nomio. Nomio is completely similar to this Moodle platform. But the thing, in Moodle, we can have only 50 users and some limitation for storage. So in the free platform, we can use only 50 users and we can use up to 200 MB only in this Moodle. But Nomio, we don't have any restrictions for adding users as well as storage capacity. But both the accessing is same. This is just for your knowledge. So today we are going to create a virtual classroom in Google Classroom. Just to begin, actually the address is classroom.google.com. If you want to go for any shortcut, just to type Google down and go the blogs here, apps blogs. Just to scroll down your screen, then you can find Classroom here. Actually, I have already logged in, so it is taking me directly to the Classroom. Otherwise, you have to sign up using your Gmail account. Please do remember, we should have a Gmail account for joining a class as well as creating a class. We all know now how to join a class. Just by clicking this, we have to give the code shared to us and we can join into any classroom. To create a class, again go to the same plus symbol and click create class. Just agree with their terms and continue. It will ask for class name. just giving a class name, and section I can say first be in English. Again, in subject I am using figures of speech. And room, it can be like any number, otherwise any section you can give an A or 1 and 2. So the classroom is now created. And this is the class code we have to share with our learners. Now this is the platform where we are going to share our reference materials as well as assignments, quizzes, everything can be done here. So who is creating the class? He or she has to be the teacher as well as creator of this virtual classroom. The first thing we can do, we can share with our students. If I'm having more number of classes, it will ask for whom. I can choose multiple classes also. Actually, Google Classroom used to accept 250 users per class. So if we want to go for more number of students, we can create some rooms like that. We can create similar classrooms with some changes in the names. So if we have to post and if we are editing in one classroom, it can be posted simultaneously to the other classes which we need to post. And it will ask our students. So far we don't have any students in this classroom, so we have to go with this all students. So this is a simple message I need to post to my class. Okay, then go to the classwork here. This is the page where we are just orienting the course. Go to the classwork. Just click create. First select a topic. Click add. So our topic 1 is created. We can rename it, delete it. Otherwise, we can copy the link to share with our students. And we are going to post some materials. We can reuse the post also. I'm going to give a title for my material. Explanation. Actually, this description part is optional. It is not mandatory. Then these are the ways to add our resources. I can take it from my Google Drive, or I can paste a link which I have copied from the browser, or I can attach a file which I have stored already in my system, or I can share any YouTube material here. We can post JPEG, video, or PDF files, Word files, any kind of files, any types of files, we can post it here. I'm just going to add a book here. It will be added within few seconds actually. Next, I'm trying for a link. I can copy and paste any URL there. Just right click under copy link address. Next, I'm adding a file which I have kept in my system. Otherwise, any from these destinations. Now I'm adding a JPEG file. Next, we are going to add some YouTube materials. We can add a number of videos, but at a time we can add only one file. So I have added what are the sources I need. And there is a way to create documents, slides, sheets, drawings, forms. Forms we usually use for quiz. These are all actually Google products. I'll show you just a drawing alone now. We can do a mind map using this drawing actually. You all might have known of this mind map. Just to show you a sample. So this is a simple image file for the complete topic. This way we can create a mind map using our Google Drawing. Even there are so many tools available for creating a mind map too. This time copy and paste. Copy paste. So this way I have created something. You just imagine it is a whole file and give a title for your drawing. And there is an advantage. If we are using Microsoft tools like Word, PowerPoint, or Excel, we have to do save often, because if the power has gone, otherwise any issues, it will be gone completely. But the advantage of using Google products is that it will be automatically saved in our drive. Okay, now see. It shows untitled now. You just refresh the page. Now we can see the name of the Google Drawing which we have created. So this way we can create any of the Google products like documents, slides, sheets, drawings, and the forms using the same page. Again, it is asking whether it is only for the literary forms and terms classroom, otherwise any other classes. We can select it here. Someone has joined actually. Fine. If some people have added to this Google Classroom using the code shared by me, then their names will be listed here. If I don't want to share it to all students and I want to select some particular students, I can do it. And it will ask to which topic it has to be added. I have created a topic already, Unit 1 definition. Otherwise, if I want to add it to some other topic, I can create it here also. So I'm adding it to the topic Unit 1 definition. And this is the way to post directly. Or if we want to schedule it, we can schedule it. Like if I want to post it at 8 a.m. on June 1, I can do it here. So I'm not posting it immediately. It will be shown in our students' classroom only at 4 p.m. But we can see it here. Even just go to this stream. So I have created it in the classwork, so it will be visible here, but somewhat a dim way, and it will shows it is scheduled for 4 p.m. If I want to edit something in the material, I can do it at any time. So we have added a material. Now we are going to post discussion forum. It can be taken as a discussion forum, otherwise a feedback, or else we can conduct our question quizzes here itself. We can select either it is a short answer, otherwise multiple choice. This instruction is optional. If we want to add some material for the question, we can add here also. The same way we can create the Google products like docs, slides, sheets, drawings, forms for this posting also. Again, we can select the classroom and the students here. And we can select, we can give points like 25, or we can make it ungraded. And if I want to add some due date, I can add it here. Date and time I have given. Students can reply to each other. Students can edit answer. So if one student has posted here answer for this question, the other students can edit it if we have enabled this. So I'm going to post it, otherwise I can schedule it also. See the difference between this. This one is slightly faded and it will be in the bright font. That means it is actually posted and it is scheduled. We are going to create for quiz assignment. I have to show you Google Forms. So let me take this assignment first. This instruction is again optional. If I want to give any instructions to the students, I can give it here. Again, we can add any reference materials for this assignment, and we can create our forms, drawings, and anything for this particular assignment too. The same way, we can select the class as well as students. Here we can make it a graded assignment, otherwise an ungraded one. And a way to add a due date also. And we have to add it to a particular topic. Rubric, it is little complicated. There are some default rubrics in our Google itself. Better we can go with that. Otherwise, for the beginners, it is better to leave it, because we can add the points here itself. Again, we can see it can be scheduled, drafted, otherwise assigned it immediately. So I have added an assignment too. This question is actually not under any topic. If I want to keep it under this unit 1, simply by dragging it, I can keep it inside this unit 1 topic. If I want to reschedule it, reorder it, I can do it. Okay, now we are going to create a quiz assignment. Instructions is again optional. Here also we can add reference materials. Otherwise, we can create all these things. But for the quiz assignment, Google Form is the better option. It is not mandatory to create from this page only. If we have already created something, we can add it here just by giving the link. So I'm just giving you title for this quiz. See the status, all changes are saved in Drive. So we don't need to do it manually, it will be saved automatically. And give you description for this form. And I'm going to add some questions. Here we have options to select our type of questions. We can make it short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, or we can upload some file for this particular question. Linear scale, multiple choice grid, checkbox grid, and we can add date and time also. I'm making it as a short answer first. And we have to give some points for the question. As it is a descriptive one, we are not going to add any answer here. If you need means we can give an answer feedback. Answer feedback like we can attach any link, otherwise video. So I have saved it. The student can watch this video and he can answer it. So it is done now. We have to make it required actually. Otherwise, if he is skipping this question, it won't affect his submission. If we mark it as not a mandatory to attend this question, so he can skip this question. So I'm making it a small mandatory, that means required. And to add more questions, we can click here. Otherwise, we can duplicate this. If I want to add another short answer, I can then click this. Another question. So I'm not going to change any options here, like a paragraph or multiple choice. And this is a way to import questions. The already created quiz forms will be here. I can select it from here. I don't have any relevant quizzes regarding this. Let's find it. So I'm going to select and add this. So the questions have been imported here. If I want to select all, I can select it. Otherwise, if I want to select one or two here, I can select and import questions. So it will be added here. And this will add title and a description for any subsections. We can say we are going to ask some questions from Unit 2. We can add the title here. I'm going to add question. This is my question. I'm going to make it as a checkbox. If I need means I can add an image here. We can upload it from our system. Otherwise, taking it directly through the camera, web camera we are using. Or we can paste a URL here. Or the photos which we have saved in our Drive. This is also a Google Drive option. And I'm going to search it. Google. Simply inserting an image. And I'm adding other options. So for the multiple choice questions, it is mandatory to mark the right answer. And if you want to increase some points here, we can make it. Otherwise, we can keep it 0 also. And let's see. This is adding image. I have inserted an image here. So this is the topic for me. Or a second, what is it? Can forward text. That means we can add a description too. So I'm adding question for this image. So better we can make it as illusion alone. So the question is, what is an illusion? We're going to make it as a paragraph or short answer. For paragraph as well as short answer, it is not mandatory to add answers. But for the checkbox multiple choice drop down, we have to add our answers. This one is checkbox. Seeing actually. You can say communication transmission. This way we can add any number of options, and in the answer key, if I want to select multiple answers, I can do it. The same way I can change the points for the particular question. So in quiz, it is actually fine to make everything required. So they are not going to skip any questions. If they are skipping any questions, it is not possible for them to submit the form. Going to make a linear scale. To level 1. Are you seeing any people in the picture? Disagree. I can reduce the points. Even I can start it from 0 or 1. That is minimum level. And for the maximum, I can give 3. Disagree. Strongly agree. So the between one is agree. And here I can say description. So it will add some description. We have seen that hover text, it will be same like that. And I will show you one thing. In the multiple choice answers, we can shuffle option order. See, if you are shuffling the option, while we are creating any quiz, we can just go with our order. So if I'm always giving the right answer in the first option, it won't affect. You can just shuffle the questions, so it will do it automatically. So we are done almost. This way we can add and video. I'm simply selecting something. Video. Oh, it is added here. Okay. If I want to take it down, I can simply click and drag it to the end of the page. Watch this video and remember following this. If I think that I can keep it in the beginning of the quiz itself, I can just click on make it here. Fine. So after watching this video, they can attempt to submit the quiz. This way we have created a quiz with images, videos and everything. After everything is done, otherwise even before, we can customize our theme. If we want to give any header image, we can give. These are the default images which are available online. We can make a theme color tone. And this one is for background color. The thing is that we are having limited options here. And even we can change the style, font style. So you have seen every questions have changed. That means the font. So I'm just giving the format. This is a limited option to edit our theme. It's done. If I want to preview what I have done, just click preview. So this way, the student will get the quiz. As I have added only image to this simile, these blocks are here, empty blocks are here. So he has to give answer for everything and submit. That's it. I will show you how we can check our response. Otherwise, this is the setting. Here it is asking collect email address. See here, I haven't mentioned for asking any personal details like your email address, name or class. So it is better to collect email address. And if it is a quiz, we have to make it as one response alone. So the student, those who are having the link, cannot edit their submission. And we can make them edit after submit, otherwise we can disable it. They have the option to see summary charts and the text responses of the others. If we have enabled this, they can see, otherwise we can disable it. Under presentation, shuffle progress bar, shuffle question order. So the questions won't be in the same order which we have typed. And confirmation, it is also optional. And in the quiz, make this as quiz because we have assigned some marks. So, sorry. Okay. We can release the grade. That means the Google form itself has released the grade immediately after each submission. Otherwise, we can make it later after manual review. The respondents can see missed questions, correct answers, point values. If we don't want to show them their marks, we can make it disabled. I will do one thing. I will share this link in our chat box. Just a few, at least one or two attend this quiz. So we can see how to check the responses of the quiz. We can send it either through the mail. Otherwise, we can share the link. Usually the link will be in a much lengthy. We can shorten the URL. And I'm just copying this. Paste it in our chat box. Just one or two try to attend this quiz so we can see how to check our responses for the quiz. Otherwise, we can embed it in and copy and paste it in our HTML codes. Or we can share it in our Facebook and Twitter directly. So this way I'm done. I'm just closing this form and just checking it back here. Just refresh the page. It will be like this. And it has changed its name like Pegasus page. Here also we can assign students as well as the classroom. Points, it is already there. So just make it ungraded. And the due date, we can fix it. And we have to add it to a topic. We can schedule it, otherwise we can assign it directly. So say here it is in the term. Top, I can make it here. So I have done with my assignments, questions and a quiz. I just want to post it now itself. So I'm just going to edit the material. Sorry. Just closing this schedule. Post it. So those who are actually joining using the class code can see the material and the available quizzes and assignments, everything here. And this is the class work. And here we can see the people who have joined our classes. Either by sharing the class code, we can make the students to join the classrooms by themselves, or we can send a mail to them. I'm just inviting one student to join the class through the mail. And here we can see the grades for our classes. So I have assigned 3 postings here. One thing is question. Here we can see, check the instructions which I have given. So out of 25, we have to give something manually here. If it is not the quiz assignment which we have created using the Google form, we have to grade it manually. Let me check whether someone has answered that questions. Nice. So Isaac Patel has added answer. So I'm just going to give him marks. As well as I am returning the marks to him. So Isaac Patel will receive the marks in his mail. If I want to add private content, I can. So sir might have received a mail in his. I will show you how to check this in the Google form. Just to edit the form. This is the pen tool. Edit this form. Yeah, I have received actually 3 responses. See? This way I can see the answers given by them. If I want to release score to these 3 persons, just by clicking here release scores, send emails and release. These 3 persons will receive their scores in their mail. Fine, this is all about the virtual classroom. You just try to add more number of topics and more number of classrooms for your practice. If you are interested, the 3rd day assignment will be creating a Google Classroom. As usual, I will send the recorded version of this material in our Google Classroom, as well as I will give an assignment to you. Those who are really interested and those who are comfortable enough, create a classroom and post it there. Now let's open the meeting for our questions. If you have any questions, you can either raise it in our chat box, otherwise unmute yourself and ask me. Definitely.
Hello, ma'am.
Video of the session has been added in our Google Classroom daily. First day only I took around 11 p.m. to post the materials. Yesterday I hope it will be reached you around 7 itself.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I have a question. Is there any option to see who all have viewed the materials that we have posted?
We don't have any options like this in Google Classroom, ma'am. But if you are using Moodle means we can check it. Even we can see when they have checked it, that means it will be shown before 1 hour, before some days, like that we can check. But in Google Classroom, there is no option like that. But in our assignment classwork, we can check whether they have turned in or not. That means whether they have attempted the questions or not. That we can check it in our assignments and quizzes.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry. No, we don't need to use our mails to access Wakelet, and a Google site. It needs your mail. Wakelet, you just sign up, log in your email or the account which you have used. Hello. Yes, we can add video on Google Form. I have actually demonstrated it. That is why in adding to the Google platform, the size of the video will not be a big issue actually. Even in the Google Forms as well as in the Google Classrooms, it won't take much time to upload because we are not going to upload it. We are just giving the link actually. Yeah, you can use that for submit your assignment. Sorry, which voice not received? Actually, I am having a material which will show you similar tools and similar virtual classrooms available online at free of cost as well as in premium versions. I will share you the material in a day or two. And please stay in the group, WhatsApp group, for further informations and clarifications from the organizer. Today's assignment is not mandatory for your certificate. If you are comfortable and interested, you just create a Google Classroom and post it. It is just for your learning experience. Yeah, we can create an auto certificate using quiz, but it will take another 15 minutes. Is it fine?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I just wanted to know one thing regarding the earlier assignments also. When we were attaching it with our Google Drive, it was saying that Wakelet wants permission to your Google Drive. So is it safe if we click yes? Or I just wanted to know.
Actually, you are sharing just your page actually. If you are thinking too much about that security issues, we cannot use our smartphones as well as this kind of virtual classrooms because of before some days we have faced so much of issues, bugging issues in Zoom. Now still we are using it. It is unavailable.
So here also on the Google Classroom, if we link it with our Google Drive, obviously our Gmail and all, it will not be get public or revealed if we are connecting it with the Google Drive.
Google Drive is our private account, ma'am. No one can access it actually. You are going to share the link of your Wakelet or Google Sites alone. So just by clicking that link, I can see your published page. I can show our
Okay.
assignment.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, we need email ID of each student for this.
That's why it is easy to share it to our class code, so they can join by themselves.
Okay, so means we have to ask their email ID or we have to send them ID.
If we want to add them manually, if there are very less number of students, like nearly 10, we can add them manually by just clicking this invite link. But if it is nearly around 100 or 150, it is better to share the code to them.
Okay. So if they join, their email address will show there. It will be shown there.
Yeah, it will be added there because using their Gmail ID only, they are joining your class.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So while releasing the scores of the assignment, it will be generated to them automatically.
Okay.
This is the response we have received from the second day assignment. See, you have shared your site address. Just you have asked for the security issues. That's why I'm just showing this. Just copying and pasting this here. So no way I'm not accessing your page. This is the page which you have published. I'm just seeing that alone. If I have to edit or access your page, I need your username, password, or everything which you have given for that. So don't worry about the security issues.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope we can done with our session.
Thank you, ma'am. The session was really very insightful and very informative.
Thank you, ma'am. The pleasure is mine.
Thank you, ma'am. This is Smita Patel from Amravati.
Ma'am, Neha this side.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, one thing, in assignment, we have to give the link of Google Classroom or just a screenshot of that?
Just a code is enough, ma'am.
Just code. Okay, okay.
Yes, ma'am. In Google Classroom, we can invite the students through mail. Otherwise, we have to share the code.
Yes,
These are the two ways.
So, ma'am, what we will put for this Google Classroom assignment, the link?
No, not the link, ma'am. The code. Classroom code.
Okay, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am, like for other two assignments, for the assignment 3 also, you will be creating a Google form where we will be entering this class code, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, class code, where we will get it on the top left when we create the class
No,
code.
I got the class code. I am asking, like for the other two assignments, for submission, a Google form was provided from your platform. Similarly, will it be there for assignment 3 where we just enter our class code 3?
Yeah, class code 3. I'm going to ask you for the class code 3 alone.
Ma'am,
Yeah, so you will be sharing,
class code.
you will be, yeah, so you will be sharing your assignment forms, right? Like last two assignments.
Yes, ma'am. Along with today's recorded session, I will share you the Google form to enter your classroom code.
Yes, thank you so much. And indeed, the sessions were very good.
Thank you, ma'am. I hope there are no more questions. So shall I end this session?
Hello.
For your patience listening and
Hello.
Even I have received some WhatsApp messages around 12 or 1 regarding your queries, and you are asking for some doubts. It shows your interest actually. Well going actually. Yes, ma'am. And Shima. Hello.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I had a query. Hi, this is Dr. Shivangi Mathur from President Science College. Yesterday, a day before yesterday, you taught about OBS platform and OBS Studio and recording your PPT under that. So there are certain other platforms